Welcome back. I'm going to try to play a rapid game on camera, a rated game, hopefully to increase my rating, but hopefully I will learn something if I lose this game. I have selected random colors. I'm going to click play and see which color I get and who I get paired with, and we'll just go from there. Okay, I got the white pieces playing against somebody with a very similar rating to mine. They are flying the United Kingdom flag. See how this goes. Okay, we're going to play the Queen's Gambit. Don't know if they'll accept it or decline it. We will find out in just a second. They are going to take their time. Oh, they've changed. That used to be a white box. I like that it's not white anymore since I have selected dark mode. Okay, they joined the site about the same time I did, it says. Okay, they've accepted the Queen's Gambit, so I'm going to play here. The idea, of course, is to move this pawn and win this pawn back. We'll see what my opponent does. They can't defend it this way because my knight's there, but sometimes they'll play here or here in order to support that pawn to defend this one. That's generally the idea. Okay, they did play that. I am going to play here to prevent them, again, from playing that. Still with the idea of this and this. And then I will need to continue my development in castle. Okay, they've played something else. All right, I am going to play here, again, aiming for the c4 pawn. And also developing this piece out of the way so I can castle. It looks like they're going to bring this knight out here. I mean, their bishop out here to pin my knight, but if they take, I'll just take. So I think I'm going to go ahead and get this pawn. I don't think it does black any good to take this knight now. It just keeps the knight from moving. And see, they've attacked this pawn. Okay, so what I need to do to defend that pawn, I could move my queen here, which will defend that pawn. But that stops defending this pawn. Right now my queen is defending my d pawn. So if I move my queen here to defend that pawn, then their queen will take my d pawn, which is not good for me. And if I bring the bishop back to defend that pawn, because the knight can't defend it now because the knight's pinned. Again, that undefends this. So I think what I need to do is just push this pawn. I could be way off. And I also need to get this knight out so I can castle, so that knight won't be pinned anymore. Now they're going to bring this in here, aren't they? I just realized that. Yeah, they're going to put their knight on e4, aren't they? And if they do, then I will play here to add an extra layer of defense to this knight. Yeah, okay. Well, I'm going to play here because pretty sure I've seen this position before where they trade their knight for the pawn and then bring the bishop back. I mean, trade their knight for the knight and then bring the bishop back once I take with the pawn. Pretty sure that's what's going to happen here, but they're taking their time. They did not. They took that pawn because I moved my queen, like I said. All right. Well, and now that bishop is hanging. Well, we can move the bishop to some place, like here. No, because they're threatening mate right now. Okay, well, let's move the bishop here. That doesn't help. Wait, have I already lost this game too? I had just said that if I moved my queen, I undefended the d pawn, and then I moved my queen and undefended the d pawn. And now, if I don't have my queen guarding that spot, they're threatening mate. And in the meantime, they're threatening the bishop. And if I pull the bishop back to here to protect the bishop, then my queen's no longer guarding the f2 pawn. Or if I do this, they just take the bishop. If I pull the bishop here, they now have 3 attackers on this knight, one of which will be check. Well, let's just do that. That's the best thing I could think of at the moment to save the bishop. And now I assume they're going to take the knight with the knight. Then when I take back, they'll take here and that'll be check. And then if I block with the bishop, they'll take the rook. Yeah, I've already lost this game too. But I'm not in check right now. But I will be when they move that knight. What if I do this and then see where they move the knight? Are they going to put the knight back there? Probably. I mean, they can really put it anywhere they want because it's going to be check. On the plus side, I have developed all my pieces but the dark squared bishop. I mean, all my minor pieces except the dark squared bishop. So if I manage to make it out of the opening, I may have a slight lead over my opponent who is just using 3 pieces to attack a vulnerable side of my opening there. All right, that's where they decided to go. That is going to be check. I mean, I have 3 defenders on that square, so I assume that's what I should do. If I move there, they're going to take it. Then I will take back with the queen at that. No, I would not take back with the queen at that point because they're knight. I would have to take back with the knight at that point. Or I could just move my king. But again, they're threatening this. So yeah, if I block with the bishop, boom, they go right there. Okay, so I have to block with the knight then. Nope, because then they're threatening mate over here. Either way I block, they're going to go to f2. Okay, never mind. Well, this is one reason I've been trying to learn openings and practice openings because I was getting hit so hard in these openings all the time. Yeah, it says I was way behind there at the end. I had already made 1 blunder. My opponent had made 1 mistake, but I apparently didn't capitalize on it. And I had 1 blunder, and that was enough. And what was that blunder? That blunder was moving my queen here. What should I have done? Moved it here? No, not at all. Wait, it's changed its mind. First it said knight to e2, but oh, now it's saying, but either one of those would have been okay. Knight to e2, queen to d3. They both would have been about +2 for me. Third place is rook to a3. Well, that surprises me because they would just take it, wouldn't they? It says that they wouldn't. It says that at that point, the opponent would play here and have a very slight advantage. But I need to go here now. Well, I have run into this position before, and I very often have played here. But it didn't work this time because that leaves the d pawn undefended, which I had already noted. But yeah, this is one reason I have been learning openings, is because so many times I fell into these little traps here just trying to get my pieces out. And my opponents have studied little trappy lines and come up with these things. And there's only one or two moves that I can use to get out of them. And I don't know them yet. I need to work on those. I need to not get caught in these traps. Well, thank you for watching. And we'll see you next time.